How can you effectively increase your balance? How do you set up the platform? How do you add indicators? And what actually works? In this video, we'll break down how to really grow your balance using a very simple method that any beginner trader can follow. So watch closely. At the end, I'll share the most useful information for beginners. Alright, let's jump right into the video. First, let's start with the platform settings. The very first thing you need to do is tidy up your chart. A lot of beginners sometimes add way too many indicators, set an unclear chart type, like a line chart or bars, and as a result, they end up missing a lot of important information. To work effectively, we need to use either Japanese candlesticks or Heikin-ashi candles. Once we've decided on the candles, for example, right now I'm going to use Heikin-ashi. Next, we need to decide on the time frame. Look, our time frame shouldn't be longer than the duration of the trade. So if you're trading on a 5-minute interval, meaning your trade is open for 5 minutes, you should set your candles to up to 5 minutes. You can't set it to 10 or 15 minutes. Well, technically you can, but in reality, that's just going to drain your account. So if you choose, for example, 5 minutes, you should set it to M2, M1, or 30 seconds. That way, we get more information. For example, look here, we have a level, right? We can see that there's really a level here. But if we set it to M3, the level is still there. On M10 though, there's basically no level anymore. The price just keeps going lower. So the higher the time frame, the less information we have about the local chart. If, for example, you set a trade for 1 minute, then your maximum time frame should be 30 seconds. There's no point in setting it to M1. That's why we use a time frame that's shorter than the trade duration. A time frame is basically a candlestick. I can also give you a really good tip about trade duration. If you're just starting out trading, then don't use the 1 minute interval. Use 3 minutes or 5 minutes instead, because with 1 minute, the trades will be very fast paced. Here, you have to react really quickly to a bounce from a level, for example. Or you have to act very quickly following the trend, and you need to know your entry points. In other words, where you can enter and where you can't. But with 3 minutes, you can just trade with the trend. So look, for example, if I had entered here for 1 minute, I would have ended up in the red. If I had entered for 3 minutes, I would have been in profit, because the price made a correction and then continued downward. So if you want to trade safely with the trend and grow your balance, then you need to work with 3-minute or 5-minute trades. Let's now move on to the practical part and see how all of this actually looks in practice with indicators and ready-made tools. But before that, I want to gently remind you that our team has a private channel where we regularly share valuable signals, so you can earn money from these signals. All you need to do is follow the link in the description and message our team saying you want to become an elite member. We'll add you to a special group where you can easily copy our signals. So go ahead and click the link in the description, join our group, and start earning from our signals. This is available to all our members. All you need to do is write the code phrase, so go ahead and click the link in the description and join us. Look, let's imagine for a moment that I'm a complete beginner. I open my trade here for 3 minutes, I use 30 seconds in Heikin-ashi candles, and accordingly I open a trade for 25%. That's quite a big risk, but right now I'm using a safe and reliable strategy. Look, if you see this kind of upward movement and you notice that the price is making this kind of correction, in this case, we're not using any indicators or tools. We're just working with a clean, simple chart. And you can do this too after practicing for literally half an hour or so. Look, it's actually very simple and straightforward. We have an upward movement, the price makes a correction, and you can tell that this correction lasts from 2 to 4 candles. But again, you need to choose a time frame of at least 15 seconds to 1 minute. So 15 seconds or 1 minute. And then we use 2 to 4 candles in the opposite direction. So there's an upward movement, the price makes this kind of correction, just like we're seeing here, and from there we just enter the trade. This is a very safe and effective method. Just look at how many entry points we had. So everywhere here, we could have make money. As you can see, we already have 5 entry points on just one currency pair. All we have to do is wait for the price to keep moving and accordingly for it to go up. Next, I'll show you another trend indicator that will also help you grow your deposit. And look, a lot of beginners mistakenly think that they can, for example, quickly boost their deposit. Say they have $100 and want to turn it, for example, right away into 10,000. That just doesn't happen. That kind of growth, that kind of instant jump doesn't exist. You need to grow gradually. So aim first, for example, for $1,000 or even $500. That way you'll grow your deposit step by step. And this doesn't happen in a single day or even in a week. If you just keep practicing simple strategies like this one, if you spot a trend movement, find these candles, then you really will see growth in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or a month. And you'll be able to double, triple, or even increase your deposit 5 times over. But you need to practice. You need to put in the effort. Things don't just go perfectly right from the start. So keep practicing, my friend, and then you'll really succeed. And as you can see, this trade is bringing me $170, which is a 20% gain. Look, that's just a 20% gain. I had $1,000 and now in this moment I have $1,200. So as you can see, that's a 20% increase from just one trade. You can calculate for yourself what my growth would be if I kept making trades with a 25% return. My growth would really be about that much. Sure, maybe I'll make a mistake somewhere and take a small loss, but the growth will still be there, even using such a simple, basic strategy. Also, check this out. You have the opportunity right now to join our copy trading. So how does it work? For example, if you don't understand how to trade, or if trading is hard for you and you want to find an easier way. In the past, for example, there was trust management, where you would give your money directly to a trader. Now it's much easier. You have your own account and you connect it to a professional trader, one of our professional traders. Your money stays in your own balance and you can withdraw it at any time, deposit it any time, stop trading, increase or decrease the percentage. It's all up to you. Basically, our trades are just copied to your account. But our statistics show that over 80% of our trades are profitable, so it's actually pretty easy to make money and get a good profit. So if you want to join our copy trading, just message our support account and say, I want to do copy trading. You'll just need to give us your account ID, not your full account, just some info about it. We'll then connect your account to our professional trader and you'll be able to copy our trades. So join us. The link will be in the description. Now let's move on. And now I'm going to show you a very simple strategy. We're even going to trade on the 1-minute time frame. So look, we set the candles to 15 seconds and our platform is set up accordingly. Now we need to add one indicator. I'll show you the settings in a moment. Here, we work in a very simple way. When the price moves into our zone, which is between the green and orange lines on the chart, we open a sell trade. That is, following the trend movement. It also works the other way around. When we have an upward movement, we'll open buy trades from here, meaning when the price enters again between the green and orange lines. This is just one indicator. It's a trend indicator, but it really does bring profit. So if you're a beginner and don't understand anything at all, you can take this indicator, our Heikin-Ashi candles, a 15-second time frame, and the trade duration. 1 minute, you take this whole setup and accordingly, you can already start trading. There won't be a ton of entry points, but it really does bring profit. I just checked and I'm already up 40% on my deposit. That is, I didn't put in any special effort. At first, I traded in a very safe way, following the trends, and then I opened one trade with the indicator. So you really can grow your deposit quickly. If you're a beginner, if you don't have experience, then you shouldn't immediately take risks so that your deposit shoots up and then suddenly crashes. It's better to choose an alternative path. That's exactly what I advise all my students to do. So when you follow this kind of path, you start to grow gradually. And accordingly, you'll soon see how quickly your score will start to grow. So just use about 5 to 10% and you'll really actually be able to grow a lot. I hope this video is helpful for you personally. Also, just a reminder that you can copy our signals and also connect your account to our traders and accordingly earn together with us. In general, I'll leave a link to our community in the description. With that, I'll say goodbye for now. See you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also give this video a like. See you soon.